The National Executive Committee, that's NEC meeting of the All Progressives Congress, APC, held its first meeting since the inauguration that saw the emergence of the current National Working Committee that's led by the National Chairman, COMRADE OSHIOMHOLE, about 2 months ago. Well, with the President and all APC stalwarts in attendance, the meeting deliberated on critical issues. It was more like a make or mar meeting for everyone in the meeting today for the party. Well, as regards the 2019 general elections with topical interest bordering on the party and Nigeria, and considering the fact that political parties actually drive electioneering process, Nigeria Today will focus on APC NEC meeting. Welcome to the program. My name is Blessing Abu. Yes, with me on the program, Nigeria Today, I'd like to welcome to the studio Senator Ahmed Rufai Sani Yerima, of course, Senator representing Zamfara West Senatorial District. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Joining him on set is Comrade Mustafa Saliu, is the National Vice Chairman Northeast for the APC. Welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
Yes, like I pointed out, it was more like a make-or-mar meeting for all APC stalwarts. Let us share some of those interesting moments, the hot moments, and how the whole process went. Senator Yerima.
Well, thank you very much, Blessings. Like you said, the meeting was the first meeting of APC, new executive committee, working committee, and it was well attended, as usual. Most of the governors are around. Mr. President was there, the Vice President, and the leadership of the party at all levels. And we deliberated issues pertaining to primaries and the general election that is coming up next year. Okay. And party decisions have been made, which will be announced by the National Working Committee very soon.
Okay. Yeah. All right. How did it turn out for you, Comrade Saliu? I'm sure the atmosphere was palpable for everyone present.
A lot of excitement, as you said. It's the first National Executive Committee meeting since the inception of the new ESCO elected in the last convention. And the 2019 election is around the corner. We are about to start our primaries. A lot of topical issues were on the table, and a lot of excitement, a lot of divergent views. So it was actually an exciting NEC meeting, with a very profitable one, because virtually I would say all the topical issues were trashed, and were trashed out very well, and it came out. We came out stronger. We disagreed and agreed, and in the end, you found out that we had a win-win situation. Virtually everybody was happy. We came out all smiles. That shows that we have a formidable party, and which will stand test of time. I was actually worried about some issues, but with the way the NEC was conducted today, I now believe in the old adage that said when the head is okay, everything will be right.
Okay, fine. I know for at least we have viewers who really want to know what transpired. You said you came out stronger. That shows there were weak moments. There were biases, and there were contrary views as what to actually take away from what the APC was planning. There were issues of biases against either direct primaries or indirect primaries. Let's start from that. Senator.
Well, yes, it's true. There are so many people who want direct primaries, and including Mr. President. And there are so many people who believe that we need adequate preparations to have a direct primaries. If you are going to have direct primaries, you need a database and registration exercise that is conducted nationwide, and all the APC members must be captured across the board. The registration is on, and we are informed that we have about 15 million registered voters as of today. We're hoping to reach more than 20 million by the grace of God. And the indirect primaries, of course, will only bring delegates that are constitutionally elected, and that will not be carrying the entire grassroots along. But We have come with a middle course. The presidential primaries, of course, Mr. President, you know him. He will prefer every person to be involved in nominating.
So what do the people have, what do they have against having this direct one, still using the 15 million members that you have pointed out?
They are doubting the possibility of having a database that is already prepared. But the data center has come up clearly and told us that they are ready. And they say within a week, the entire members who have been registered, who are continuously registering online, we have their card at their doorstep.
So how reassuring would this be for members who are either to felt these indirect primaries have always given them a kind of pushback for those who are anointed or selected to actually come as delegates? How reassuring will it be for the other members?
You see, as I always tell the pressmen when I am discussing about these primaries, these two primaries are basically the same.
Okay.
In terms of outcome. Definitely, in the end, it's the popular candidate that will emerge.
So why they worry? Why they concerned for the members?
That is, I'm coming. So that is the issue. Basically, they are the same, because even these very delegates you are talking about, they don't just pop up from the three. It's these very people from the grassroots, from the ward level, or the polling unit level, that now vote in those delegates, either as delegates or as state executives. And most of the times before any election, these very executives do consultations with their critical stakeholders at the ward. It may interest you to know, in the part of the country where I come from, I don't know, I can't speak for the other part of the country, that every polling unit have a leader that you must meet when you are canvassing for vote.
Okay.
Who decide what happened in that polling booth. Now, without which, it's very difficult for you to win.
Well, since it's the same political parties, so shouldn't it be the same?
No, I'm just giving you an instance. So these executives, they come from polling units, they come from wards, and they have leaders. They have caucuses where they meet. Okay. So if they are coming to vote in a candidate through indirect primaries, they are also coming with the mandate of those people in the grassroots. So that's why I say the outcome is basically the same. In the end, it's the popular candidate that will emerge. But what differs in the two mode of primaries is the processes and the resources required.
So is it a problem now with the process? That is why people are showing concern that I'm
getting to where the problem is.
Okay.
So now some people that are overflogging this issue, that are maybe yearning for direct or indirect, basically comes as a result of, in most cases, the outcome of the congresses. Anybody that is not popular enough to get his candidates, to get his executives installed, for example, he will now feel, okay, it's better for us to go through direct primaries. Okay. And some of which are just doing that maliciously, because by the time you go through direct primaries and without all these prerequisites, my distinguished senator mentioned earlier, credible register and a verifiable permanent membership registration, yes, it will be a recipe for disaster, because the person that doesn't have control of executive, he may decide to bring in talks and disturb the process, or go and declare himself as a parallel winner and run to court and get injunction. It happens on in CPC. I'm of CPC. You can remember in 2011 that virtually all the states where we are popular, yes, we are not able to fill candidates, namely Kano, Kaduna, Bauchi, Katsina. Why? Because we rushed into doing direct primaries without meeting the prerequisite the senator just mentioned. So now this is something we are not willing to reach into as APC now, because I think we should be very good students of history to be able to remember what happened to one of the parties that formed the merger. So this is also part of the things that generated those tensions between groups. But in the end, as I said earlier, because when the head is good, you find that the body will function. You can see that we are finding balance within the chaos. We are able to find balance, and we have agreed to win-win situation. Okay.
So this far-reaching resolutions, I know the essence for APC, like the chairman said, was to deepen democracy. And how did you get to these meeting points?
You see, there were so many discussions, there were presentations by members, and we have agreed that there will be two issues there, both direct and indirect. in some states where there are controversies about the executive of the party from the ward level to the units to local government and state levels, they will go for direct primaries.
Okay.
And where the state executives are solidly in place, like he said, they are representing the entire population, and the population agreed that they are going to go for indirect, of course they will go for indirect primaries. So the Constitution of Nigeria, the Electoral Act, and our own Constitution provided that both indirect or direct can be applied.
Okay.
So we want to test as a party of progress, as a party of change. We want to test the two and see which one will be better for us. So we are going to do in some states, you find they are going to do direct primaries, and other states they are going to be indirect primaries.
Okay, because I know what was argued for us in the media, some governors were strictly against.
It's not about.
It's not about the governor blessing. It's about the, as I said earlier, it's just a process. It's just divergent views. Yes, sir. Most of the people, not just governors, some people that are having doubt about direct primary, it's just because of anything. It's just because of these preparations and the time in question. Hey, had it been we have like 6 months left to primaries, nobody would have show concern. And I want to make this thing clear. The direct and indirect primary, it's not as if one is superior to another. It's not as if one is more advanced to another. And direct primary is not a new method within the party. I want you to understand that advanced democracies started by option A4. Yes, they now come to direct primary, which is open secret ballot. They now move to indirect primaries. They now move to electronic voting.
Okay, so
we hope now.
The 6 months, beyond the time frame that you're looking at, why is it difficult to still work with a particular one? If you try that in Osun states, for instance, which was tried for at least last month,
well,
now, would it be difficult to still achieve that with other states?
Now there are so many cases in courts in some states.
So you don't want those litigation dragging on and on? Those
states where the courts have said, hold on, we are not sure, we have not yet approved your executive committee of that state. If you go for indirect primaries, then after the primaries, candidates emerge and therefore the court say, no, that executive was a wrong one, then it means the party will have problem. In that case, then direct primaries will be applied.
Right, okay.
But where there is no challenge at all, and the people decide to go for indirect, the constitution of the party and that of the nation has agreed, has approved that we should go for indirect primaries.
And blessing, not even to overflow that. You know, most of even if you have a case in court, maybe somebody is challenging the legitimacy of the, unless if there's a court order of stay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You understand? Because you remain innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly.
So if, for example, the election was done as at the time this executive was not outlawed, they are still executives.
Yeah.
So it won't affect the outcome of the party. Yes. But basically, it's about interest. If, for example, this state found that, just like Osun wrote us.
Yeah, okay.
Remember the voting committee, they wrote us that, okay, we are ready, we want to do this. If any state that wrote that they want to do direct primaries and they are ready, they have sanitized their register, then we oblige them. But in a situation whereby we don't have, we are not in the whole of the register yet, and all our members across the board are not in possession of their permanent and verifiable membership card, we are going indirect in most places. You find out that it's only isolated states that will toe the line of direct as we speak.
Okay. More resolutions, whatever it was that was agreed on, apart from issue of the direct primaries, other resolutions that were taken at the party, we'll try to find out from you both once we get back from this break, because we're going on a break. You're watching Nigeria Today, and our focus is on the APC NEC meeting. We'll take a pause here and we'll return to our conversation after the break.
The Nigerian Television Authority News 24 channel, your dependable all-round news station, offering you world-class news programs, documentaries, spotlights, promos and information highlights. Take advantage of our network reach and advertise your interest groups and services with us. NTA News 24, first equals with digital broadcasting. You can reach us on Channel 21 Terrestrial TV and Channel 101 on the StarTimes platform. For more inquiries, please call Coretta 0803-618-9986 or Henry on 0803-379-0884. Join us today.
If you just tuned in, the program is Nigeria Today, and my guests are still seated. Senator Ahmed Sani Yerima, Senator representing Zamfara West Senatorial District, and Mustafa Saliu, National Vice Chairman, Northeast APC. Gentlemen, I know there were several issues, and one of what had kept party members saying, how do we go about the issue of recent defection and movement of members to whichever party now. And I'm sure any political party worth its salt wants to work on its internal democracy. How did it play out today? The gale of defections, what were the resolution?
Well, you see, initially, especially the National Assembly,
yes,
people thought that, even myself, the kind of rumor we were hearing that more than 1/3 of the National Assembly are moving out. We did some consultation and contacts and found that those information were not right. And especially on the day the list was announced, and I see only 14 members, I was really shocked, because the kind of information that was given, the APC is going to lose a lot of people, and so we will lose sleep.
Even
but what happened today?
Those were still hinged on today.
What happened today? Now we are even getting more.
Really?
If you look at just one of the senators, the minority leader, a leader of a political party, jumping the gun, coming to APC, I'm sure his weight is more than 5 of the senators that have left.
Really?
And if there are some senators that have left today, they cannot go back to their constituencies. You see, this APC today is a household in most parts of this country. The kind of gains we are getting in the southeast and the south-south are enormous.
But then beyond mopping up members across parties, how is the APC poised to actually work on this internal dynamics? Yes, at least to make it a stronger party and maybe a shining example for other political parties. How is it hoping to work?
That is what we are doing. What happened today, for example, in
there are
NEC,
frayed nerves, no doubt.
Yeah.
So you need to calm such frayed nerves.
Yes, what happened at NEC today demonstrates that the party have the capacity to solve its internal problem. And because I know the way even you, the pressmen, were flogging the issue, headlines here, headlines there.
Well, flogging what you present to us.
Since day before yesterday, insinuations here, insinuations there, you would think today the NEC would not be possible. Even myself, I was a bit worried, but you know, the way I...
Why were you worried?
No, I was even, because when I saw the headlines, you know, I said this, because this is something that we did not decided on. I'm seeing headlines. I had the cause to do press conference yesterday to tell people that if they want to know what primaries we are having, they should wait to end of NEC today. I have to tell pressmen because of they are trying to create tension. So the internal mechanism is nothing more than for us to do justice.
How
it's
do you
the
do
best.
that? How do we do that?
Is to ensure that we provide level playing ground for all aspirants.
Is that what is...
yes, that's what we...
The key word there is justice.
Justice is cardinal.
The chairman has always been talking about doing just to both the weak and the strong members of the party. And he has demonstrated it physically and practically. Let me give you an example of Kaduna.
Okay.
Everybody was hoping or was anticipating that Comrade Sani will leave the party. But after sitting with the chairman, most of the senators, he met us, he discussed with us, and gave assurances. And they saw it practically happening. Reconciliation between governors and senators, reconciliation between members of House of Reps. Even today, yesterday, day before today, we had caucus meeting. I didn't see the speaker. But today, his letter was read on the floor of the NEC meeting that he's out of sight because he had a planned another engagement before this, and he apologized for not being around. So Speaker is 100% with us.
Okay.
So this kind of justice that the leader, the chairman of the party, has pledged and is demonstrating practically, showing that he is a just man. And he doesn't look at you, Rima was a former governor, this guy is just coming in, and no. He treats members, he gives, like he said, level playing ground for everybody.
Do you foresee any other pressure or whatsoever after the meeting?
See, the only thing constant is change and this kind of pressures. You know, in a political environment, you don't expect a smooth sail. In fact, if everything is quiet, it's not even politics. See, it's because you bring people with different interests and they are vying for the same thing. And there's no, politics here is winner takes all. There's no second position for it, second medal for it. So definitely there'll be jostling. But what I'm assuring you is that it's an in-house jostling. We'll do it. We'll canvass, everybody will fight for what he thinks is right for him, and in the end, anybody that emerges as a candidate, the whole flock will flock after him, and will deliver him in the general election. That is the idea. Anyway, so as I said earlier, if you lose election, and you know that you lose justly, you reconcile with your conscience and support the winner. But situation whereby you have been changed, you'll be forced to fight.
All right, enforcing or demanding and enforcing accepted standards generally is what your people, at least the electorate, will be looking out for from this meeting. How do we hope to make it work come 2019, at least? We know that you're also supposed to go back to your different constituencies and actually let the people know this is the fallout of the meeting today. Those binding resolution, the common man, how do we begin to carry them along as we move towards 2019?
Official statement will come up from the party tomorrow, because the national working committees have been mandated to look at the nitty-gritties of the things that have been approved by the NEC and make an official statement. And I'm sure, I'm 100% certain that the outcome will satisfy all the members, because, like I said, the key word there is justice and transparency. The system will be very transparent. You know, the whole of the head of government is against anything that is associated with corruption, not financial corruption alone. Any corrupt system, any form of corruption. And he made it very clear, and everybody is now in APC has embraced it and is becoming a kind of household norms that you have to go for the right thing if you want to be a true member of the party.
Okay. What other resolutions were actually looked into beyond what we've talked about?
Basically, as the Senator said, the official statement will come out by the grace of God tomorrow or next. But basically, what was more contentious and was in the forefront of this year was the mode of the primaries. And after the election, after the NEC meeting, the governor of Plateau State and that of Kogi went there representing Governors Forum, and they have now gave the position. And I want to believe officially all the president have the resolution as regards to mode of primaries. So there are other resolutions that were not concluded because of technicalities, where we said they will form committees to go and technically.
Which are those ones that were not concluded?
Those happens to do with budget, financing, all this, and they have to do with technical issues
and the fees that
and the fees. All
this, the basic principle has been approved by NEC, and the working committee has been mandated
to go and
to look at the fees to be charged.
So when that was done,
will this in any way touch the forthcoming primaries in September? Moving on, another song?
No, the dates, the timing has also, for example, the sales of forms will start from the 1st of September and ends around 8th of September. But the other dates of primaries are also outlined, and we have mandated the working committee to look at the dates and the possibility of changes, because there are so many other things that will reflect, that will affect the dates that are proposed by the working committee. And tomorrow or after tomorrow, the whole program that has been approved will be released by the National Working Committee.
So for APC, it's a win-win from this meeting.
Fantastic, yes.
Really? No other body language? And
everybody got what you want. I don't know how we managed to do it, but we did it.
All Progressive Congress, thank you. All right, thank you very much. I would like to appreciate Senator Ahmad Rufai Sani Yerima, Senator representing Zamfara West Senatorial District.
Thank you
for coming on the program. Also like to appreciate you, Comrade Mustafa Saliu, National Vice Chairman, Northeast APC. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Blessing.
Thank you also for watching and for staying tuned. You can actually join us online if you need to see this edition or any other edition at all for the brilliant discussion today. Tomorrow is another time to join us on the program. And, of course, the address for the online edition is right there on your screen. My name is Blessing Abu. Thank you for watching.